Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and I'm standing on my toes because, well, I don't know. We'll see. Well, doesn't matter. Anyway, this is Winnie the Pooh, Springtime with Rue. We've gone through a lot of Winnie the Pooh over the last few months, and we are finally coming down to the last few. There's a Heffalump movie. I think there's one more series. There's also a book of Pooh, which doesn't sound like a good read. I don't know, but it's very Disney Junior. But when I go to it, and I was researching, you can't actually go to it. It's like it's not there for some reason. It's broken. It just gives you a warning. You can click on it or tap on it or whatever, highlight it, but you can't go to it. Anyway, that has nothing to do with anything else. We are having another Winnie the Pooh movie here. It's about an hour and 10 minutes long. It's from 2004, even though IMDb says 2003. Uh, Either way, I think it was pretty much a direct-to-video thing. It's not the kind of thing that would be in the theaters. It's springtime. Well, guess what? It's an Easter movie. It's pretty much an Easter movie. There is no mention of messiahs and resurrections or anything else. No crucifixions. It's all Easter bunnies and eggs. That's all it is. So, very pagan. Yeah, so basically you get a situation where it's focused around Rue, and everybody is talking to the narrator at some point, and that narrator is Charles Winchester III from MASH. It's Ogden Stiers. David Ogden Stiers. So he makes a wonderful narrator, very pleasant, unlike Charles Winchester. But he's again. We've been seeing his name so much all over Disney. I had no idea until I started doing Disney Plus how much voice work uh, David Ogden David Ogden Stiers has done for Disney. So yeah, the story is basically about Rue, and he's all excited for Easter. Tigger is excited for Easter. Everybody's excited for Easter except for Rabbit. He's usually the Easter bunny for their celebrations, and this year he's not having any of it. Nobody knows why. He won't talk about it. He's pretty much shuts anybody down if they say the word Easter. It's spring cleaning day, and he's going to make sure everybody gets in on cleaning everything they can. And part of the mystery for this entire film is figuring out why Rabbit suddenly hates Easter and why uh, he, he he has a problem with Tigger. Let's just say that there's a lot of tension in this one, so it's very unusual. And it's a full story movie. It's not different vignettes. Yeah, you can pretty much break it up into pieces if you wanted to, but it's pretty much what a full story. Like I said, they spend some time stepping out of the book and hopping pages, going through time, in a sense, going back to the past a year before to figure out why Rabbit doesn't want to deal with Easter anymore. And we get to a point, really, if you're really invested in a story like this, it's you probably wouldn't be watching this. I really don't know. But again, this is a children's story. They don't know what spoilers are for the most part. So I'm going to tell you, as probably being an adult, that they even travel a little bit into the future because, well, in a sense, because the books of the pages of the future have not been written. The narrator steps up and takes things into his own hands and starts messing with the story, in a sense. And what you get is a very much a Easter Christmas Carol. Yeah, yeah, an Easter version of the Christmas Carol, and it's very much on the nose. They get to see Rabbit gets to see what happens if he sticks with this whole spring cleaning day thing rather than Easter, and disappointing little Rue, who had only this was like only his second Easter ever. The first Easter he had was so wonderful, but the second Easter, maybe it's his first. I don't know. Either way, Easter was weird last year. This year, it's Rue's first, and so everybody's kind of excited to getting him involved. And yeah, so yeah, Rabbit gets a very Dickensian tale, and they pretty much admit it right off the bat that they've stolen from Dickens, and because there's a point where Tigger just goes. Tigger every once in a while will speak to the audience. He'll just break the fourth wall and go, there's one point where he mentions the word onomatopoeia. Like, he's saying different Tigger-like words, and Rabbit's like, that's not a word, it's not a word. He's like, what about onomatopoeia? And he's like, it really is a word. And then he pulls up a dictionary, and he starts singing about onomatopoeia. Yeah, yeah. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. So at another point, when he goes, he mentions something, well, this will be something like the Dickens. And certainly the Dickens, as you would, he winks at the audience like, Dickens. So yeah, it's very much on their mind. It's pretty much just taking Christmas Carol, cramming it into Easter, and making Rabbit Scrooge, because he's pretty much Scroogey throughout this. And I was saying that to myself. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty much just Scrooge in this. And then suddenly they were like, oh yes, that's exactly what we're doing. So I found that kind of neat. There's plenty of cute songs. There's nothing really super memorable. The animation is okay. It's maybe Saturday morning cartoon, a little bit above a Saturday morning cartoon. There's not a whole lot of... It's not as smooth as, say, a motion picture animation. But it doesn't detract from the story or anything, or from the characters. It's all very cute and fun. It's Winnie the Pooh. So it's hard to mess that up as long as you stay true to the spirit of the characters. And there's no Christopher Robin in this one, so that's the only weird part. There is a live action sequence at the beginning, but no people are in it. It's all just the stuffed animals just sitting on a bench inside Christopher Robin's room. So yeah, so if you want to see the gang talk to Charles Winchester III from MASH, who doesn't appear on screen, but it's his voice. You can't, it's nobody else. You can't see it as anybody else. Here you go. This is the movie for you. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
287.
287. Why are you so quiet? 287. Okay. Something tells me we've done this before. I don't know why. Maybe we haven't. If we have, well, I'll be right back, but we'll pick another one. But this just seems familiar to me, the name. It's a series. We'll watch a few episodes. It's Kickin' It. Kickin' It. Maybe I'm thinking of Jump It, or Jumpin', or something. I don't know. But wow, this is the first time in a while we've gone back to one of the, I think probably it's a Disney Channel series. It's been a while since we had one of those. We've been doing documentaries and movies for so long. So we need a short in here too, by the way. Anyway, Kicking It on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow.